enjoying that journey to the next destination. At Beacon, we've given our 50-plus drivers more value and greater convenience with hassle-free sign-up, flexible payment plans, and free benefits. Call us at 440-4447 or log on to beacongrenada.com for a quote today. And let us help you keep doing what drives you.
2 times 2 is 4. 2 times 3 is 6.
Education multiplies their chances and places the world of opportunity in their hands. No matter where they are in the world, make sure they're prepared for their journey back to school with Western Union. School fees, books, room and board, whatever the reason. Knowledge, independence, opportunity. Western Union, moving money for better.
Camille, good morning. Morning, she says, here and ready to mind people business. I mean, they say after God is people business, right? No, actually, people business kind of nice, you know. So sometimes I kind of understand why people are so always vested in other people's business, because it's kind of nice. It takes away what's going on in your life and it lets you know, hey, you're not the only one going through stuff, if you know what I mean, right? So sometimes it could be good. Wake up. That's all. Wake up. Bye. As I was saying, people business could be nice. Terrence, you have no idea what I just did. Good morning. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, Rita. Who's here? Good morning, Christelle. Good morning, Marcus. Good morning, Queen Bee. Good morning, Della Fletcher. Good morning, Marcus. Good morning, Shireen. Yeah, you're early today, Marcus. Camille, good morning. Terrence Wells, good morning, aka Mr. Strokes. Good morning, is it Gareen? Good morning, Jacqueline. Good morning, Onika. Good morning, Carla. Good morning, Jay Laborde. How are you? Good morning, Simone. Good morning. Good morning, Sonia. Yeah, we're up and running again. Welcome to the show. Good morning. Thank you, Christelle. Listen, this is Sheen. Y'all are sleeping on Sheen. That's your problem. I'm living over there. Imagine for $100 you can get you like 10 or 20 tops. Plus you get discounts. Plus you have coupons. Yeah, it's so I'm Shein in. Shein is the place. The best thing ever created. Morning, Marianne. Good morning, Shauna Dakota. Hope all is well. Everybody come on into the room. I love Shein. Whoever Shein belongs to, I love you. I love you, love you, love you. No, for real. Come on in the room, guys. You love it. This big heart in the middle of your chest. That's the style. It's a heart. It's not. It's different, right? Yeah, come on the live and share. Something is messing up my allergies. Good morning, Kareem. No, for real. My basket is always full over there. You'll just be like, let me go browse. Terrence, it's approximately 6 more days to my birthday. 6 more days. Pierre, what are you laughing at? No, for real. Shein is the place. See people making fun of it and talking about spend all the money on name brand. That is all the business and make people more rich. I would stay my little women dollar could reach. Yeah, I'll be trying to put on these name brands to impress people who don't even care, who don't even know what y'all Gucci's and Louis and whatever stand for. Nobody cares. Y'all the only ones who care. And lighten in your pocket just to impress people. I'm not into that. Sorry. I'll spend all the money on food over something you probably wear only once or twice. Nobody cares. Shavorsky, good morning. Good morning, Cami. How are you? Good morning, Kata, it's all month. It's all month. Morning, Val. Okay, now we can start. Terrence, we can start to work now. Morning, Trey. Morning, Val. To each their own. I couldn't care less. If you could afford it by all means, go ahead. But I'm talking about those who just do it. Not even sure what their health status is and just into name brands 24/7. To each their own. I could care less what people choose to do with their time and money. That's your problem. But I'm just saying, there's no need to, come down on others who choose not to do that. I remember one time I did a photo shoot and some of y'all made a big fuss about the cost of the swimsuit. Like, I think somebody said it was $6.99. Yeah, and like that was supposed to make somebody feel bad. I take pleasure in telling people, listen, when it comes to clothing, I'll go the cheapest route I can possibly take. As long as it fits well, that's all that matters. Some brand name or quality. Yeah, but how many times you can actually use it over and over and over? Shein, yeah, it's the place to be. Terrence, yeah, class officially start. Anyways, let's get into it. I've got two bits of information. Well, not really information. There's two directions I want to go this morning. I'm not too sure how many of you saw the video that I posted last evening. Morning, Betty Ann. Good morning, Honeybee. Morning, Wistel. Morning, Dee. Morning, Myrtle. Good morning, good morning. Good morning, Roseanne. Come on in the room, guys. And Sarika, good morning. Jose, good morning. How are you? Yes, Sonia, we're up and running. I need y'all to come on the live and share it up as soon as you're coming in. Yeah, so yesterday evening, I shared a video that I saw on TikTok, and I'm not gonna lie, it really, I got a bit emotional because it's something that a lot of people can relate to. If you have not seen it as yet, you can check my Facebook page. It's the video is public, so you would see it. Morning, Laurel. It's to do with a man who was attempting to take his life, and someone just happened to be passing when they saw him attempting to do that, from a tree. And when he asked him, bro, well, why are you doing that? Why you want to take your life? His thing was nobody cares about him. Nobody wants him. Nobody needs him. Nobody loves him. And I mean, that's a sad way to live. And I can't imagine what it feels like living and thinking that nobody wants you. And we're not talking about like intimate relationship or like even family. Imagine you going through your life thinking nobody loves you because probably nobody expressed that to you. Or maybe based on how you grew up, you just never felt. So to him, it's like, what is my purpose? What am I here for? And there are a lot of people who actually feel that way. And that's why I say to people all the time, depression is not something to take lightly. Depression doesn't wear a face. Not everybody walks around. There's a lot of people who act the part, look the part, like everything is right in their world. It's great. It's peachy. They don't have an issue. Life is just perfect. But so many have learned to mask, hide behind that face they put on every day. And when they're by themselves, that's when they take off their mask. And you can see the true feelings that go through them on a daily basis. So sometimes, even though you might see somebody looking okay, does not mean that they're okay. We're all going through stuff. We're all fighting mental battles every day. Life isn't 100% for everybody. If it were, imagine people who are like rich. You hear news of them ending their lives and you would think, what do these people have to worry about? They got all the money in the world, millions of dollars. If only money was able to wipe away problems and make you feel good, then why would they do that? So people fight mental battles every day. And sometimes you go on social media and you see people, making fun of people. And sometimes I'm like, do you know how much a person can actually take? What you may be able to take another person that could break them? And sometimes I just think we're so, unconcerned about how things can affect people. Now, for example, you've seen a whole lot of videos making the wrongs and people are laughing, having a good time, enjoying it because it's not you. But has anyone stopped and think, how does, the people that's out there like that feel? What are they going through? It's entertainment for you, but for them, it's not. And what you may be able to take, another person, like I said, it could break them. So sometimes I just find that, we could be a bit more sympathetic, empathetic, a little more concerned about how the other person feels. Because like I said, we're all going through something. Everybody doesn't have sunshiny days. There are days when it's rainy, when it's gloomy, and it's not just those who we deem to be weak. Even the strong ones, people who you see putting on a brave face every day and always have an advice for somebody, always there for somebody, does not mean that they're not going through anything themselves. So it takes nothing to just check in sometimes. Hey, you good? Everything's okay? You never know. Shavorsky, today's not the day, honestly. We don't know what reasons are or what reasons should be. What may not be a reason for you could be a reason for somebody else. So we shouldn't dismiss whatever and what somebody's going through on an account that you don't think it's a reason. You thinking it's not a reason doesn't mean it's not a reason for the person. And that you making my point right now. How we act, we figure everybody should act and feel that way. Oh, I wouldn't do that, so that person should not do that. We're not wired the same. We're not made up the same. What you would shrug off, another person will take it on. Mentally, it will start to bother them and then go into depression mode. So the dismissal is what irks me. The way some people just dismiss other people's feelings. Oh, well, it's no big deal. Oh, y'all... Sometimes some of y'all act as though you're made of brick and stone and mortar. I don't know. It's like y'all are just so callous with your reasoning and so unconcerned and just don't care because it's not you. And it's sad. It's really sad, And there's a lot of times that's the reason why a lot of people who battle depression don't say anything. It's because people like you don't make it easy for them to come out and say, hey, you know what? That's what I'm going through. You don't ever tell a person who's saying to you, I'm depressed. Well, what you have to be depressed about. Listen to why they're feeling depressed. You asking them that isn't helping the problem. And I've heard it so many times. Like I'll be like, I'm not into it today. I'm not feeling it today. Oh, well, what you have to worry about? You have this and you have that. Material things aren't exactly. Yes, I am Shavorsky. I am speaking from experience. As a matter of fact, I think you're new to my platform. I've held several programs discussing my battle with depression for a long time. And therapy. That is what worked for me, therapy. So some might say there's a lot of things that triggers depression. And like I said, it doesn't wear your face. You could be sitting in a room filled with people and you just check out. You're there, but you're not there. You're in the room, but it's like you're completely alone. And you can't identify, well, what puts you in that mood. You just go silent, you just go quiet, you just check out. And you can't explain it. You hear people asking all the time, what are you depressed about? You have this, you have that, you wear this, that isn't all there is. That is just what you see on the outside. Internally, it's a different story. There are people who want to vent so badly, but some of y'all, oh my gosh, y'all mouths are like rivers. So people rather deal with it themselves and beat themselves up and stress about things because some of y'all don't know the meaning of confidentiality. The minute while I'm talking to you, you're recording to send to your friend who has a friend who has another friend, or repeating what I just said to you that I thought would be in confidence. I am one of the persons that if I have to tell you, hey, don't speak on this to anybody else, I'm never going to confide in you, because to me that should be something that goes without saying. And the minute that I find myself having to tell a person, don't speak of this to anybody else, it says a lot. If I'm coming to you, confiding in you, telling you about things that are near and dear to me, things that are, deep, and you can't wait for me to get off the phone so you can go tell your other friend who's not a friend of mine. I mean, if I wanted everybody to know, I would have gone live, I would have made a Facebook post or something. But people are afraid because, one, y'all are very judgmental. Two, y'all can hold water for nothing. So people rather not say anything that confide in some of you. A lot of you say, well, reach out, you can talk to me. But while I'm talking to you, you're talking to somebody else. So people keep their stuff to themselves and deal with it how they feel is best. Plus, we live in a system where people think getting therapy or seeking counsel means that you're mentally ill or you're crazy or anything of that sort. We have not gotten to the point where we think, okay, this can actually help me. We're still in the, okay, if I need to seek therapy, that means mentally, I don't have everything up there. It is not something you get over overnight. It takes a lot of work. And like I said, therapy, counseling. Especially now, inflation, high cost of living. There's a lot that can throw people into depression. Family, relationships. Don't even get me started on relationships because that's a whole depressed post by itself. Because it's a lot. What am I doing? Why am I calling this person? Oh, sorry. Yeah. It's a whole program by itself. So there's a lot, just being an adult. And I keep saying to young people, listen, being an adult is not as rosy as we make it out to be. I swear to God, if I can go back, I would take the time, all the time in the world to go through my teenage years, my 20s, just like enjoy the hell out of it and not be in a rush to do anything with anybody or anything, but just totally enjoy. Because when you get to adulthood and it's time for you to be responsible for yourself and paying your bills and making decisions, it's not easy. Don't be in a rush to get there. Yes, it might mean you want to free up more and be able to do your own thing, but it comes with a lot of responsibility that a lot aren't prepared for. You're just thrust out into the world. You go to school, it's like a process. You go to school, the daycare, the prep, the pre-primary, primary, secondary, college, and you're just thrown out into the world. How many of us are really taught how to prepare for life after school? To be prepared for the world? All we've given is educational tools. But life tools, are we given those? Are we given those so we know what to do, what not to do? Most of our lives or teenage years, you hear go to school, get your subjects so you could get a good job. That is just the job part of it. But what about the life skills? Are we prepped with those? So when we're tossed out here, we don't know head or tail. We don't know how to navigate. We don't know how to deal. We're just going through the motions and we can't deal with it. And then we're depressed. And then one keeps adding, and then another thing comes up and another thing, and before you know it, you're filled. The water starts going above your nose. Sonia says, yesterday I called my friend and by the time she heard my voice, she broke down and told me she's so depressed. I told her come to my house for a couple of days. She said to me she knows if she come, I will take good care of her and she'll be okay. Man, people are going through it out here, and some of us don't make it any easier. You know? Even if you have one, you don't need a whole lot. You just need one person you can confide in. Only one. As my mother would say, you don't need a whole Titibana friends. You just need one. If you have one person you could call, whether it's male or female, and just talk to when you feel like that. Because it really helps when you can talk to somebody to get out what's in your head. To have somebody say to you, no, you're going to be all right. Those words can make a world of difference. But like I said, it's hard because some of y'all, it's verbal diarrhea. Y'all don't know how to keep your mouth closed for nothing. For nothing. Y'all don't know how to. It's like people are afraid to trust. People are afraid to be open, to express themselves. Because tutus, relationship goes south, everything I confided in you suddenly becomes public knowledge. Everything that we talked about, every situation, whatever I had that we discussed, becomes public knowledge. Why can't it be, okay, life happened, I go my way, you go your way. I keep what you told me, you keep what I told you, and we just move along. Where you going to, Kishan? Granny Tang? What are you going to do up there? The monkey up. Oh, shoot, sorry. I'm sorry, caller. Could you call back? I was supposed to punch you in, but I punched you out instead. Could you call back? I'm sorry. Petra says we as a community and family should stop saying get over it. It's annoying to hear and it's a cultural thing. It is. Listen, when I was going through a phase in my life, I actually had someone say that to me. Get over it. You ain't have nothing to worry about. Morning.
Good morning, good morning, good morning.
Good morning, my friend.
When I said that, trust me, you brought me back to a very, very, very dark place. A really, really dark place. You know? And then I had to, slap myself out of it. Because all I didn't know what is depression. Like you said, depression doesn't carry a face. There is no that says, oh, he's depressed or she's depressed. Listen to me. And I can tell people from experience, I mean, the amount of money I spend on therapy, I could have a couple of vehicles right now. But I had to do it for my own sanity. You understand? Listen to me. And right now I could speak because I don't confide in anybody. So who want to take what I say and beat it afterwards? Okay, be my guest. It's like water and dog back right now because I've learned to deal with it. I've learned to accept who I am, what I am, and what I was, and what I've become and what I would become. You understand? But I tell you, I mean, I tried to commit suicide twice.
Oh, wow. And looking at you, nobody would possibly think that knowing you're always jovial, laughing, having a good time. Nobody would think.
Exactly.
And that is the part. Nobody would know because it does not wear a face.
Because I'm always like for the party. But they don't want what they fail to realize is I used to pray for the party not to over. Because then it's just me and my demons. You understand? And yet, times I would cry myself to sleep. You know? That time I used to leave my girlfriend in one room and go to the next room and lock up and just cry.
And I think it's harder for men because we have this image in our mind that men are supposed to be strong and men aren't supposed to be weak or show any signs of weakness. So that is why when you look at the stats, you have more men, committing suicide than women. Because we've grown up thinking and hearing and learning that men are supposed to be this rock, this big stone that don't show any emotions. You don't. You're a man. Why are you crying for? Shut up.
Wait, crying. You're supposed to be tough. I grew up hearing that in my head
as a baby.
Every single day from the age of 7.
Your parents would beat you and ask you what you're crying for, and they're hurting you, but they're asking you what you're crying for. You aren't supposed to cry. You're a big boy.
I can remember.
So you're conditioned from birth. You're conditioned as a man. So men actually go through it too.
No, listen, I tell people, if I give my life story, trust me. I mean, because who don't know, I was adopted. And the way I was adopted was the first trauma in my life.
Oh, wow.
Okay, you pass on the side of the street and you see a puppy and you don't see no owner. So you just pick up the puppy and go with it. That's how I was adopted. So I always felt out of place. I never felt that I belonged because I had so much questions and I had no answers. And no answer was given to me. All I was told, oh, get over it. What do you have to worry about? You have a place over here, you have a roof over your head, you have food to eat. You go, what is your problem? But I always wanted to know, okay, well, who is me? Where am I? Where's my family? Okay, why am I here? How? Yes, and those things, those things haunted me for years upon years upon years. Because I was like, I would be just like watching a movie, and I would just have to cry. I'm like, what the hell? What went on with me? You understand? I will hear certain songs that will trigger certain memories, and and like you were saying earlier, you'll be in a whole crowd of people, and you just check out.
And nobody knows. Nobody knows. But
nobody knows. And he's like, oh, what happened to you? I say, watch, I ain't feeling. Oh, what are you talking about? Oh, your money in your pocket. You want this, you want that. What's the problem? Woman you want, or this you want. And listen, people don't understand how damaging words could be to somebody who's depressed, and you making them feel more depressed.
I think we need to educate ourselves more where that is concerned. And there's a lot of information on the internet how to deal with people who are depressed, but people they can't be bothered. It's not. That's not important. That's not important.
They love to see people miserable. So you know what? Everything is a fun. You see somebody dying, and first thing you put the camera and you start to videotape instead of helping them. You understand? You see an accident, the first thing before you rush and ask if everybody's okay, you go live on Facebook. You understand?
I mean, as much as I love, social media and all of that, that is one of the downsides of it. That's one part of it that I don't like. It's made us so cold and callous, and just this need for acceptance and the need for to be relevant. That we forget to be humans first.
Exactly.
Pull out the camera, help first, and then whatever after. But it's pull the camera first, post first, and then see what I can do after. It has made us so lose touch with our human side.
I can remember that clearly. I was 12 years old. And a Sunday morning, I could never forget that. I was so bloody depressed that I was like, okay, this is it. I don't have owner, I have nobody thing, and you know what? That is it. And where I was living at the time was on top of a hill. And there was a bridge at the end with a deep, the end of it was supposed to be deep. And I dressed up in my church clothes. I was going to church on Sunday. They thought I was going to church, but I know I was going to kill myself. And I stand up on the hill. I watched the hill perfectly. And I just took up with the speed, and I just heaved behind the bridge.
Wow.
Yes, sir? Not knowing that the people in the village were using behind the bridge as a dump. So there was a lot of stuff there, so I didn't fall far. I just ended up getting
on the garbage
and a foot cut. Yeah, it was full of garbage.
Because you weren't meant to be. You're here for a higher purpose. That was not your time.
And then I remember this old lady. She came and she picked me up and she's like, "What happened to you?" And I was so ashamed. I said, "Oh, I stumped my foot and I fell over." You understand? And then she brought me back home, and still I was beaten for being clumsy and sent back to church, and I had to walk to go to church.
Not knowing what you actually tried to do.
Not knowing what I actually tried to do. So they make it even worse. Because I got licked because they thought I was clumsy. Oh, you didn't see why? And blah, blah, and eat something, they bounce you. And I'll tell you, I got a good whoop ass, and I had to walk over 3 miles to go to church.
Oh, wow.
That's why no disrespect. I hate churches today. God hear me, knows the truth. I hate churches. I hate people who pretend to be Christians. Because, trust me.
Hate is a strong word. You don't like it.
No. When I say hate, I don't mean I hate the people. I mean
what it stands for. I got you.
Yeah, because it's supposed to stand for something. But everybody uses it as a facade. It's just a makeup. Because behind it, the people who pretend to be those things, they are worse than the people out who drinking rum on the street.
True.
And I am living testimony of that. But anyways, let me not keep your program too long.
Thanks so much.
I'm just saying, people, you know what? Saying hi, saying good mornings, giving somebody a smile, it doesn't have to be a friend. It could be a stranger on the street. Just smile into them.
Make sure they're okay.
Yeah, make
you.
their day. Because you never know what that person is going through.
You're right. Thanks so much, Strokes. Have a good one.
All right, then.
All right, bye-bye. RJ says, I used to always drink until I feel normal, but soon as I'm sober, all the pain comes back. Certain things just don't help. Yep, because those are just temporary bandages. The wound is still there. And unless you heal the wound, no matter how much time you drink yourself, you would not get rid of it. So that's why you have to deal with what hurts you, what cuts you. You have to deal with it. Putting a bandage on it isn't gonna, fix it. You have to deal with what is making that sore come back over and over again. And that is the story of a lot of men. Sometimes, like I said, we just look at things at face value. There's a lot of people who bury their sorrow, bury their pain, bury their depression in alcohol or drugs or some sort of substance abuse. It's not always just drinking for fun. There are people who actually use that as a coping mechanism, alcohol or some sort of drug. So when you see people doing that all the time, it's not just, they like to drink rum, or we just drinking rum to have a good time. Sometimes it's more than that. You see it all too often. And like I said, I know it's harder for men than women, because as women, you're taught to express yourself. We're more expressive with how we feel. We can talk about what we're going through, what hand life is dealing us. But men are taught not to say anything. You're supposed to be macho. You're supposed to be this big King Kong, this tough person. You're not supposed to show any sort of emotion whatsoever. It's like conditioned from birth. Being beaten as a child and asking, why are you crying? You're a big boy, don't cry. So you've learned to hold everything in. So when you explode, you don't know how to deal with it. What do? Easy way out. Take your life. There are many people who sit here daily in their offices, on their jobs, amongst other people. And what goes through their mind, you'll be shocked at what they're actually thinking. But they're sitting there with their smile. They're showing up every day on time, dressed, smelling good. But they're sitting there, and what goes through their mind sometimes, you would never believe it. So it's not always cut and dry. So as much as, yes, sometimes it's fun to laugh and have a giggle at certain things, sometimes you just got to step back for a minute and think about, wonder what this person is going through that makes them act that way. Are you okay? Give a call somebody. Not just when you want something, but just, hey, a checkup. Hey, what's going on? You good? Not only when you want something or you hear some sort of gossip and you want the tea. Just a little check-in. You don't have to do it every day, because at the end of the day, we got things to do. We're not just sitting here not doing anything. But occasionally, a friend, a family, and not just those you can see the changes in. People who also look strong and appear as nothing is wrong in their life or their world, sometimes those are the ones going through the most. They show up every day, smile on face, and you would never believe that they're going through anything or they're having any problems. Check on them. Check on them too. People are going through a lot. Depression and anxiety, RJ, you're so right, isn't something people should take lightly. And if you don't know how to deal with it, then say nothing at all. Just provide a listening ear or a shoulder to cry on. But don't tell somebody what you have to be depressed about or what is your problem or you want something to be depressed about. That does not help. It really doesn't. Yeah? Petra says, when you tell them what you're going through, they keep saying, look at me, and what I went through in the moment is not about them. You are so right. And I've had that experience. You're there telling somebody what you've been through, what you're going through, what you're experiencing, and they in turn starts telling you about what they... It ain't about you now, sis. Honestly, or bro, I understand you went through it and you're probably trying to say, oh, you know what, you've been through it and here you are now, you endured, you persevered. But listen to me. Listen to me. Listen to me. We are not the same. What could make you could break me. So just provide a listening ear. It's about the person and what they're going through at that point in time. It's not about you. Yeah? It's not about you. I know. It was supposed to be a few minutes on this, and here we are at the end. But sometimes we just need to. Of course, I'm the queen of bung away, so we had to bung away. Didn't realize the time was all there and done. But I just felt the need to talk about that this morning, because trust me when I say my inbox is filled on a daily basis with people just wanting to talk, wanting to vent. And sometimes I literally have to tune out because there are people who are empaths, and when people go through things, you actually feel it. So somebody's going through something and they're explaining it to you, and you're feeling like if it's you feel all the emotions, all the pain that they're feeling. So you have to sometimes check out yourself to make sure that you top up and you don't end up doing more harm than good. And I've had to do that for my own peace of mind sometimes. As much as you'd want to talk to everybody, sometimes you just have to pull back a bit, recharge and come again. It's important. And last but not least, again, I want to remind you guys about the importance of taking care of self. It is not selfish. Whether you're a parent, whether you're a sister, a brother, you can't be there for everybody. Because what happens when people start drinking out of your cup, you're going to end up depleted. And when you look around, there's nobody to fill you up but you. So sometimes you have to step back, take a break, take a breather, take a break from the job. There are some of you who work year after year after year. You don't take vacation, don't take time off. And you're just working. You don't take any time for you. What about you? You make sure everybody else is okay, but what about you? You work hard, you provide for your family, for whatever. But what about you? Are you taking time out for you? A weekend, a week. This is my time. That is not selfish. And don't let anybody convince you or try to tell you that you taking care of yourself. Because if you don't take care of you, how can you help anybody else? God forbid you pass away today. They're still going to live tomorrow and they'll be okay. They'll take care of themselves or somebody else will. So if you don't take care of you, nobody else will. Sometimes you have to take a break from the job, take a break from the family, take a break from and focus on you. That is why you have so many problems and tensions in relationships and family. You're not joined at the hips. Sometimes you just have to take a breather for yourself. You can't pour from an empty cup. That's right. Take a breather for yourself. It can't just be work 24/7, 365. And you are working towards retirement. You're not even sure you're going to get to retirement. And by the time you get to retirement, you're burnt. You're tired. You can't even climb a plane step. You can't even go Dubai and ride them camels in the desert because you're exhausted. You can't even walk for long because you're tired. Working all the days of your life to retire, to not be able to enjoy your retirement. That make no sense. Take time out for yourself. Take time out to enjoy life and not just work, pay bills, get up, go to work, pay bills, go home, get up, go to work, pay bills. Break the monotony. It's unhealthy. 2023, let it be the year of taking care of you and not letting anybody make you feel that it's selfish for you to do so. Because it benefits them when you're that way. Take care of you. Yeah? On that note, I'll see you guys tomorrow. I know. Somebody say don't go. No, I gotta go. This is for me. I'm leaving for me. I'm not, as I said to somebody 2 days ago, I'm too old for peer pressure. Anything I do now is because I want to do it. I'm not going to be pressured or let anybody make me feel guilty or whatever for doing anything. I'm living life on my terms now. It's a year of me taking care of me. You do that. I talk to myself. As a matter of fact, it was just Friday. I was walking through And I didn't realize I was doing it because it's such a habit. I was coming out of the supermarket and I was asking myself, I wonder if I get everything I'm supposed to get. And the secure was like, Miss, you talking to yourself? And I'm like, yeah. And I'm like, I actually answer as well. It's become so much of a habit that I don't even realize I'm doing it. But for what it's worth, I hope you all will take it in good faith to take care of you. Yeah? And I'll see you guys tomorrow, same time, same place. Final one for the week. Thank you so much to our friends at Beacon Insurance and Western Union. We'll be back for another one. Happy Wednesday, everybody. Thanks for checking in.